So there's been a lot of interesting reactions to Donna Brazile's article in Politico yesterday saying that, yes, in fact, the Democratic primary was rigged in favor of Hillary Clinton. Now, I could show a number of clips because there are so many really good reactions that I'd like to discuss here. And if there's enough demand, then I'll do more videos on it. But in this video, I want to discuss two reactions specifically, and that's Elizabeth Warren's reaction and, funny enough, Donna Brazile's reaction to her own article. And you're going to see why I cover it, because it's a little weird. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but we're going to get there. First, let's talk about Elizabeth Warren. So she was on some of the news shows yesterday, and she acknowledged that, yes, the Democratic primary was rigged.
We're learning today that a new book that is coming out by Donna Brazile, the former acting chair of the Democratic National Committee, that the campaign of Secretary Hillary Clinton was far more influential at the Democratic Party, the Democratic National Committee, than we previously knew. Do you think, though, that what we're learning from Donna Brazile's book suggests that the campaign, that what the Democratic National Committee did, meant this election was rigged?
Yeah, I think it was.
It's a pretty powerful charge.
Well, what we have to focus on now as Democrats is we recognize the process was rigged, and now it is up to Democrats to build a new process, a process that really works and works for everyone, and that as we go forward, we have confidence in the integrity of the system, that Democrats, as they run a primary, are going to let the people speak, and that we're going to have a candidate who's the candidate chosen by the people. That's our job.
So that's a great reaction from Elizabeth Warren. And really the one thing I take away from that video is the anchor's reaction. So Elizabeth Warren says, yeah, the primary was rigged. And then the anchor responds, that's a powerful charge. Really? Did you read the article? Did you see how there was an agreement that was signed between Hillary's campaign and the DNC saying that the Hillary campaign essentially controlled all aspects of the DNC? How is that not rigged? That is the definition of rigged. One campaign intertwined with the Democratic Party, with the DNC, to control the primary process. I mean, the DNC was essentially an extension of Hillary's campaign. That's rigged. That's the only logical conclusion. I mean, that's why this is a big story, because it shows that, yes, the Democratic primary was rigged. But it goes to show that mainstream media is so focused on saying the right things, not offending anybody. We can't offend people. Oh, our democratic process is perfect. Don't offend us. No, the system is broken. The facts show the system is broken. It would be actually a powerful charge if Elizabeth Warren said, no, it wasn't rigged. It wasn't rigged at all, despite the fact that Hillary's campaign was intertwined with the DNC. The DNC was relying on Hillary for money. No, it wasn't rigged. That would be a powerful charge, because it would be the opposite of everything the evidence shows. So, yes, it was rigged. But let's see what Donna Brazile says. But didn't she write the article? Yeah, Donna Brazile wrote the article. And she also tweeted today, and this was a tweet of hers. Today's lesson: being quoted by Donald Trump means being misquoted by Donald Trump. Stop trolling me. Hashtag never said Hillary rigged election. What? You never said Hillary rigged the election? What was the point of the article? I mean, the title of the article is Inside Hillary Clinton's Secret Takeover of the DNC. Is that not rigged? You just wrote a whole article that's from your book, a whole part of your book discusses how the Democratic primary was rigged in favor of Hillary Clinton. So let me go through, I went through some of this yesterday in my video. Actually, I went through most of it yesterday in my video, but I just want to bring out two quotes here from Donna Brazile's article. This is what she wrote. The same Donna Brazile saying hashtag never said Hillary rigged election. This is what Donna Brazile wrote. I had tried to search out any other evidence of internal corruption that would show that the DNC was rigging the system to throw the primary to Hillary, but I could not find any in party affairs or among the staff. I had gone department by department, investigating individual conduct for evidence of skewed decisions, and I was happy to see that I had found none. Then I found this agreement. So maybe my reading comprehension is off, but the way I read this paragraph here is she was saying she was looking for evidence of a rigged primary, and she couldn't find any. Then she found the agreement. So isn't the implication there that, well, I didn't find any evidence of a rigged primary, but then I found this agreement? So, yes, you're saying here it was rigged because you found the agreement. The agreement that states that Hillary's campaign would be working with the DNC to be able to pay back a lot of the DNC's debts in return for Hillary's campaign essentially having full control over the DNC. I want to get the exact quote here from the agreement, because the only way to look at this is that, yes, it was rigged. So this is what the actual agreement says. The agreement that Donna Brazile just referred to. The agreement signed by Amy Dacey, the former CEO of the DNC, and Robbie Mook, with a copy of Mark Elias, specified that in exchange for raising money and investing in the DNC, Hillary would control the party's finances, strategy, and all the money raised. Her campaign had the right of refusal of who would be the party's communications director, and it would make final decisions on all the other staff. The DNC also was required to consult with the campaign about all other staffing, budgeting, data, analytics, and mailings. So the DNC had to go through the Hillary campaign for approvals of everything. Staffing, budget, data, analytics, mailings. They were working together. This is in August 2015, before the primaries even got started. So, yes, this is rigged. As you said yourself in the previous paragraph that alluded to this agreement that I just read that's saying how it was rigged. So, Donna Brazile, what the hell are you talking about? Now, let me say what I think she's doing here. I think Donna Brazile is trying to cover her ass. She just exposed her friends in Washington that, yeah, they rigged the system, but at the same time, she's also trying to sell books. So she released this article, an excerpt from her book coming out next week, as a way to market her book, sell more copies, but at the same time, she doesn't want to hurt her friends. So she's also trying to act like, no, she didn't say it was rigged. So, I don't know. I mean, clearly it was. So the facts bear out that it was rigged. Whether Donna Brazile now wants to acknowledge what she wrote or not, it doesn't really matter. She wrote what happened. And she's going to be on, I don't know what show it is, but she's going to be interviewed this weekend, and that's going to be interesting. Now, again, this is all happening because Donna Brazile has a book coming out. So keep that in mind. Donna Brazile could have released this information earlier, maybe when it mattered. You can kind of see why she didn't. I mean, there's a reason why this didn't come out before the election. And I'm going to kind of respond to a commenter here who brought this up under my video yesterday saying, why didn't this come out? Why didn't Bernie Sanders talk about this before the election? Why didn't Donna Brazile release this before the election? Here's why. Because they didn't want to lose to Trump. So if this had come out before the election last year, it would have hurt Democratic voters, the Bernie voters, progressives, even more, giving even less of a chance for them to come out and vote for Hillary Clinton. I think it's pretty obvious. Bernie, being the amazing person he is, didn't want this rigged process to hurt the chances of a Democratic win in the election, because he still saw Hillary as the better choice over Donald Trump. So Bernie is a rare being. He really is. He puts everybody else's interests above his own. Bernie's Jesus. I'm a half joking here, but really, Bernie is modern day Jesus. This is a guy, he may be the only senator that truly cares about people, truly puts everybody else's interests above his own, and has done so his entire career, and hasn't tried to get anything in return for doing it. Most of us didn't know who Bernie was until 2015. That's amazing. And his entire career before that, he's been doing the same things. He just wasn't getting the recognition for it, because why would mainstream news put on a guy who's talking about money and politics? So we never really knew that Bernie really existed. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you did, but the vast majority of his supporters didn't know who he was before 2015, because he's never seeked the spotlight. He's only seeked to help people. That's what drives him. And it's incredible, really. So to end on here, it's funny that Donna Brazile doesn't acknowledge what her own article says. And I love that Elizabeth Warren is, I know all she's really doing is acknowledging reality, but sometimes that's all we need politicians to do, is acknowledge reality. And she's doing that here, despite possible backlash from people in the party who may think that it's a bad idea for Elizabeth Warren to come out and say, yes, it was rigged. But she's sticking to reality. And that's good. And we should be, if you turned your opinion on Elizabeth Warren before because she didn't come out and support Bernie in the primary, I think it's important to keep an open mind here, because Elizabeth Warren herself, now this was a tweet from Sean King yesterday, I don't have the tweet in front of me, but he tweeted out saying that, I heard from people close to Elizabeth Warren that she wanted to run, and she was told it wasn't her turn. So Elizabeth Warren herself was affected by Hillary Clinton and her grasp on the Democratic Party. And it's so destructive. This is not what politics is. There is no turns. It's not your turn or my turn or whoever's turn. It should be whoever wants to run, run. And if you don't, then you don't. And if you run and you lose, then you lose. But sometimes you have all the power in the world, like Hillary did, and you still lose.